What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring you your NFL props for week one. Week one is here. We had a great college slate yesterday. We saw Texas almost beat Alabama. They didn't though. So it is what it is, but we're back onto week one. So let's get into my favorite plays for the weekend. Overall, I think there's a lot of great games, a lot of great matchups, but the number one play for me, let's just get right into it. It's CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's receiving yards over 70.5 on Prizepicks. I love the number. I love what it means for CeeDee Lamb. We know he's going to be the alpha this season for the Cowboys. Yes, Dalton Schultz will be there. We'll see how they involve the running backs in the passing game. But CeeDee Lamb is looking like a smash play. In September, he averages the most yards per game at over 80 yards per game for his entire career. Like I said, the highest of any month in his career, which is a weird stat. But on top of that, last season against the Bucs in the opener, he had 15 targets, 7 receptions, and 105 yards. So again, less competition. Michael Gallup not there. It's really just Dalton Schultz and CeeDee Lamb. They're going to carry the receiving load for Dak Prescott. And because of that, I love what I'm seeing from CeeDee Lamb this offseason, and I love what it could mean for his prospects this year. Now, we have, of course, partnered with MySparry, so MySparry's data has him projected for 85 receiving yards on 7.5 targets. So there's a lot of things to like with CD here. They like the over, I like the over, and I think the data behind it supports an over as well. So smash CeeDee Lamb's over 70.5 on Prizepicks, and make sure you use promo code WAKEUP if you haven't been there yet to get a little bit of a deposit match up to $100, 100% match up to $100. So the second play, and I know you guys aren't going to like it. Look, I found it. I like it, but I don't like it because I don't like the player. It's Chase Claypool over 43.5 receiving yards versus the Bengals. I know people who know me, they know I'm not the biggest Chase Claypool fan, but at the end of the day, we have to follow the data and the trends and what they say. Now, a lot of people are projecting this to be this three-headed monster. And no. Do not get it twisted. Deontay Johnson is still the alpha there, and Chase Claypool will be the secondary target. You can't just take George Pickens, and because you want him to be good in fantasy, project him to have this massive target share in week one. It's the first week of this season. He could be involved a little bit, but at the end of the day, even if Chase Claypool's in the slot, he's going to get his targets. Now, against the Bengals for his entire career, he's never had less than 8 targets, and he's never had less than 54 yards. And I'm asking myself, why is his line set at 43 yards? Now, maybe it's because, again, Pickens is there. He's got a 42-yard projection. Deontay Johnson has a 49-yard projection. They're all very, very close. And for me, I just think it's going to be the two guys in this receiver room who are going to get it done. You know, Deontay is going to get his targets. I believe in the slot. On top of that, Chase Claypool can be utilized against some better matchups and not have to be outside where it may be more difficult for Mitch to get on the ball. I really like this matchup for Claypool. I think he's going to be a smash play. At MySparry, we have him projected for 7 targets, 4 receptions, and 62.7 yards, so a massive edge over that 43.5. Those are my two favorite plays on the slate, and then let's talk some game script for our third or maybe even fourth play if you want to play all 4 of them. So again, CeeDee Lamb over 70.5, Chase Claypool over 43.5, but the last one is going to come probably from the running back, but we'll see. So we're starting with Alvin Kamara and Jameis Winston. So they're up against the Atlanta Falcons. They're favored on the road by, I believe, 7 points probably is what it is right now. But again, the issue for me is that are they really going to throw the ball that much? They're playing Atlanta, like I said, the worst team projected in the league. Alvin Kamara, last time he played Atlanta, while Jameis Winston was out, I do need to point that out, he ran the ball 30 times for 150 yards. Now, his projection is only 53.5 right now on Prizepicks, and on top of that, Jameis Winston had a pass attempt line of 30 on Prizepicks, and it has dropped since. Now, I did like it at 30. I still like it at 29.5, and I like the under there. At MySparry, we have him projected for only 43, we have him projected for only 23 pass attempts. So again, if you think that they're going to run the ball a lot, which I do, Ray already told you to take the Alvin Kamara over for his touchdown. If you want to take the over on the rushing yards, that's fine, but there's still the play out there that if you want Jameis Winston under the 29.5 pass attempts, I think it's a really good bet. I don't think the game's going to be that close. I think the Saints defense is going to get it done. I think the offense is going to score quickly and often, and they're just going to run the ball to end the game. You know, this is exactly what happened the last game of this season last year. They don't have Matt Ryan. We're going to see what Arthur Smith can do. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, his first game after not playing and not practicing for like 3 weeks. How good are they really going to look out there? I don't know. We don't know what to expect from the Falcons, but I think we know what to expect from the Saints. And that's a very effective offense that will move the chains, will kill the clock, play great defense, even on the road. This game may be close, but I'm not worried about it being super close. Jameis, first game back off of injury. They'll probably want to ease him into it as well. So I'm not expecting a ton of fireworks here from Jameis. And again, I'm not talking about taking the under for the yards. Even though we do have a projected under for the yards, I think the pass attempts is the best bet. I talked about Quentin Johnson and his under. He can still catch a long ball, but he needs the volume to get the receptions. I think it's the same thing with Jameis Winston here. He can throw a few deep balls and get to his over for, I believe, is only like 225 or so for his yardage, but he's going to have to actually throw the ball a lot to get to 30 pass attempts. So again, I do like the under at 29.5, or if you want to take Kamara's over, I'm fine with that as well. Now, the next play is between Travis Etienne and Christian Kirk. So they're playing the Washington Commanders. They're dogs at 3 points right now. But the biggest problem is that how is this game going to play out? Is Jacksonville going to keep it close, or is it going to be a blowout? I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I think that the Commanders have a great offense, obviously led by Carson Wentz. Antonio Gibson's going to be the featured back there. You have Jahan Dotson as wide receiver 2, Terry McLaurin wide receiver 3. And sneakily, people aren't really paying attention to this, Logan Thomas is probably going to play in this matchup. Again, he's coming off injury. We don't know how he's going to look, but a tight end that used to be very dynamic in the passing game. So I do think that this offense will be pretty good, competent. Didn't even mention Curtis Samuel and whoever else they decide to run out there, but lots of options for them in this offense to move the ball and play against a Jaguars team that, frankly, isn't very good. So I project them to be behind. At my spar, we have Travis Etienne projected for, I think, 20 carries for like 100 yards. Again, Chase Young not going to play in this game, so we'll see how that defensive line shakes out. I don't think it's going to be that crazy because James Robinson's probably going to play more than we expect, and we don't really know what that split's going to be, so I don't really want to go after it quite yet. But it is only 43.5. I believe him 45.5, sorry. So it's a very modest number if you want to go after it. But again, I'm kind of in the camp that if you want to take a bet, you want to go after Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is the new alpha, or at least as far as targets are concerned, for Trevor Lawrence. They signed him to this big contract. He was getting targeted a ton in the preseason. His line's only 55.5 yards. We have him projected for 65.5 yards. I think that's the better bet personally. I don't think that it's going to be that close of a game. I think Washington will put up points. I think they'll be able to score, and I think that Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars will be playing catch-up for a decent majority of the game. Doesn't mean it's going to be a blowout, but I think, even if they're, down 10 points or whatever with this new Doug Peterson offense, it won't be just running the ball with Travis Etienne and James Robinson. They're going to have to throw the ball, and most of the time they throw the ball, at least I'm projecting it to be a lot and heavy dose of Christian Kirk, who we know has been excellent in the slot, can get a ton of yards, and is also a speed threat who can go deep. So you do have that factor as well. He's not just a gadgety guy in the slot who can get open. He can go deep as well and run some deep routes, so I do like that. At 55.5 with an edge of 10 yards, I do really like that play a lot. And like I said, you're getting some early value on a new alpha in a new offense. Now, we don't always love receivers transitioning teams, but I think the Jaguars have shown us enough that we can trust Christian Kirk to get the targets in this matchup. Now, going over these plays again and how I'll kind of rank them, I think I would rank them as CeeDee Lamb number 1, Chase Claypool number 2, Christian Kirk would be number 3, and then I think Jameis Winston's pass attempts under would be number 4. Now, again, I gave you alternative plays if you think the game script is a little bit different, but that's what I'm playing this weekend. I'd be mixing and matching those plays on Prizepicks, and make sure you use promo code WAKEUP for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't watch Ray's video, go check out that video that's on the channel right now. And I will see you guys for Monday Night Football. I'll do another prop video for that. Make sure you drop me a like, subscribe for future content, have some fun this weekend. Football is back, baby. Let's go, and I'm out. Peace.